Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Lambvinskis Garage. All right, now that that's over, let's put this greasy 318 poly into my 1966 Dodge Power Wagon. It shouldn't be that bad. We've got everything ready to go, so we just gotta slide her in, bolt her up, and hopefully we'll be making smoke in no time. This engine right here is a 1965 318 poly. And it's a poly because it's, well, not in LA, and look at how big that thing is. It's got polyspherical heads on it. That's what they had before they went to the LA. These engines are very underrated. They don't make a ton of horsepower, but the torque they make is just unmatched. Unless you have a big block or a diesel. But you didn't back when this was around. Maybe, I guess. But this engine came from our flagship, the 1965 Dodge D100. It's right here. And we put a new engine in that, a refreshed one anyways. This one still ran really, really nice. So, let's throw her in here. What do you say? Well, she's ready to go in. What do you say we stuff her in there? Yep. All right, now that we have freeze plugs, now let's put it in. And just like that, we've got a brand used poly in this fine pick-em-up. Now, because it makes it much easier to install a transmission and all other pieces, we're going to be moving this truck over to the other bay with the lift. Things are moving along nicely here. The transmission is getting ready to go. The input shaft is all cleaned up. It's all mic'd and ready, and we know it's going to fit. We hope, anyways. So, we're going to get the motor all bolted down and set in its position, and then we'll throw this up there. We're getting closer to making smoke with this 1966 Dodge Power Wagon. We've got to put the starter on, we've got to put some more pieces on up here, we've got to do the carburetor and the distributor and all that kind of stuff, but we're getting closer all the time, and this thing will be a runner before you know it. Fuel. All right, we have fuel hooked up. I think we've got everything else hooked up. We've got plug wires. We just need to make a jumper and short that solenoid, and this thing should make smoke. I would think, anyways. All right, here we go. Why don't we put a coil wire on it? Oh, good idea. All right, now that we've got a coil wire, now we can make smoke.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Maybe we can. Whoa. Beautiful.
Okay, it goes which way?
It rotates clockwise.
Okay.
Look at that.
Well, now I don't want to go at all.
Well, stubborn thing. Spark. Still got spark. Oh, we need to plug in the fuel pump.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, that would give us more gas. There we go. You'd almost think it was our first time doing that. Wow. You know, this old engine always ran fantastic in the Flagship. She's got a great exhaust note because she dumps out right there. Look at that! It's alive! Voila! Well, now we can button everything else up now that it runs. That's pretty cool. This lovely parts truck here with a 318 will be our donor today. We already got the alternator off. We're going to pull the radiator, maybe the fan, and we'll put them on my truck, and then she'll be almost ready to go. We are getting closer all the time. We've got a radiator in. We've got brakes that are starting to work. We're going to bleed them now, and then we do have to take that clutch master off because it's not doing anything. I know this isn't an option for everyone, but man, lifts make life so much easier. Way better, especially for doing this kind of stuff. And transmissions and all of that. Question I have though is, do you prefer a 2-post or a 4-post? We like these 4-posts because then you can put all your tools and stuff on the ramps too and have a bench. Well, after many hours of fiddle farting around, we are ready to start with the key. We've got a new starter relay in it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. I got the little tiny driveline put in, and we'll see what she does. All right, are you ready? Sure. Well, not so bad. Like a champ. Okay. Yep, it's going up. Oil pressure looks fantastic. Sweet. We just need to do the clutch master and this thing's gonna be able to drive on its own. Alright, now we have exhaust hooked up. It's got some pipe down there. Let's see how this thing cold starts today. Alright, we'll pump it. Get the key in there. You ready?
I didn't hear anything. So I pumped it in. There you go. That's good. Okay, go ahead.
Just like that, it's alive. I got the knobs put on the shifters too. Ooh, and we got a front drive shaft moving, so we know it works. See what she sounds like out the back. You no, not that bad. Blew a whole bunch of crap out of that exhaust. Probably stuck in the muffler. Looks like mouse stuff. My favorite. Well,
Plastic?
I don't know what it is. It doesn't look good though. Paper, something.
Yeah, buckets everywhere.
Yep, perfect.
That's normal.
Look at that. We got her outside and it even stopped. So we didn't drive it because we were kind of afraid it was going to stop. And we need to do the clutch master cylinder anyways. I'll bring you over here and show you what we got. We had some fluid going down to the slave cylinder, but now the master cylinder decided it doesn't want to do that anymore. So we're going to pull it out and we're going to hone it and fix it and, you know, just get it all cleaned out so it actually works. Because then we can have a clutch, then we can actually move this thing under its own power. Some of the good and bad things about owning a fleet of this size is, you know, you always got spare parts, but sometimes there's parts like this that are no good because it leaks like a sieve. So I'm going to drain it. The old man's grabbing another radiator from another truck that was actually full to the top, so then we know it's, you know, it holds. So let's change radiators too while we're doing our clutch deal, and then we'll be back in business. You know, I generally don't name my vehicles, but I'm thinking about calling this one the Spare Parts Power Wagon because all expenses have been spared. Because, well, I have bought exactly 0 for this, and it started with no engine, pieces blown everywhere, and she's pretty well put back together with other parts and pieces from other rigs, and, you know, I think she's just going to be a fine unit. But, anyways, we're going to put the other radiator in, then get to that clutch, and then, you know, maybe we'll do a little bit of body massaging on this thing, because that passenger side, I think whoever had this might have drove by Braille a little bit, but who knows. It's a little garfed up, and we can make it look probably 13% better. So, let's get back to it. Well, we now have it running on its own tank. We put a new fuel pump on it because the one that we had was no good. Thankfully, we had one in stock. Well, it is time to see if this thing is going to move on its own. Take your bets now. Well, it runs and moves under its own power, but it makes one hell of a noise, and it's almost like the gearbox is just not good. You hear that? It's... Well, we've got one more gearbox we'll try, then we'll see what we can do from there. Here we've got 2 NP435s, because 1 is good, 2 is better. I think that one might have came from the Hemi truck, and this one's just, you know, not much for this world anymore. We'll put this one in and put her all back together, and hopefully it won't go clunk bang bing anymore. Hey there, me again, of course. Transmission is in it, And now the slave cylinder leaks. But thankfully, we got a brand new one that came with the 68 10-footer. That's a pretty cool truck. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link in the description. It's quite the unit. But anyways, we'll put the slave on this tomorrow. Maybe pound these out. And then we'll get her washed. And then I think we'll call her a day. What do you say? All right, let's get it. Well, we've got a different transmission put in. Did you put the transfer case in gear?
Nope. But I got it in gear easy.
Yeah? Okay. I think 1 forward will go into 2 high. There you go.
Watch out.
Yep. Let me get the wood out of your way. Or just go over it. There you go. All right, now you can go out. That's way better. No more clunks, bang, booms, zippity doo-dah, zippity dees. What's that? All right, we'll put the power barn. There you go. Take her for a spin. Well, you saw it here. It runs and moves and drove itself back in here. So now, let's get that goomer out and get some of those out. What do you say? Well, she's out under her own power. I just took her for a spin around the block. I'll take you guys with me next time, but look at that bodywork. That is way better. We gotta get this thing cleaned up because it is just gross. But it's really hot right now, and my back hurts from pulling the tranny in this thing 2-3 times, however many times we did it. But anyways, we'll get around to cleaning this thing up right now. Well, my expert cleaner did me a pretty good job on the inside of this thing and even found me some goodies over there. Let's go see what she found. Man, there's the owner-operator manual, 100 through 300. That's pretty sweet. Let's see. Bunch of other stuff. Oh man, inflatable boats. What if we want to go boating? And there's some really cool sunglasses in case we want to look cool. Is there anything on here? Nope. Just notepads. Hey, those might come in handy though. She said she vacuumed up the floor and most of it came with it, but I'm not sure if she knows that there's actually supposed to be a plate there that I got in the back, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'll go mix up a jug of the good stuff so we can get all of this grimy crap off of there, and then we'll just get this wrapped up. What do you say? Alright, let's get this dilapidated old clap wagon all cleaned up. I'm using what's called 30-second outdoor cleaner. I mix it with water. You can get it at Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, all that kind of stuff. This is pretty good stuff. I really like it, but you really should wear gloves. But I'm not a professional, or your mother, so spray away. Now that is way better. All the mold and mildew and crap is gone. That looks pretty good. We've still got our nice patina as well. But anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of this thing. Well, that's that for this pickup. It's pretty much done now. There's a little bit more stuff I gotta do. I gotta put that floor piece in. I gotta check out lights and stuff, but, you know, that's minor. So, you know, we started with a whole lot of nothing. There wasn't a whole lot to this truck. It had been sitting at a gold mine over in Ellensburg, Washington since about 2016, maybe even longer. They pulled the engine out, they blew it apart, and then, well, unfortunately, the guy passed away. So, that's where we come in. We've got the 318 in it now, we've got the 4-speed back in it, or a different 4-speed, I should say. And, you know, it runs, and it moves, and it drives, and it stops. So what more could you ask for? Yeah, the tires are older than I am, but, what's it matter? Anyways, that's about it for this one. Remember, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where we do a little bit more posting, more pictures, some of that kind of stuff. Not everything we do makes it to YouTube, so that's where you can find others. That's at Lambvinskis Garage. You'll find us. We're there. Trust me. But, hey, we've got this new shirt, too. This shirt saves swept lines, and it's got it on the back with all of the grills. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Leave a comment, question, concern. You see something stupid we did, I'll ignore it, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah, that's about it for this one. I'm going to hit the road in this old girl and, you know, hopefully I come back. But anyways, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.